Hi everyone, I'm Peyton Smith, and I'm going to be a senior here at the University of Oklahoma starting in the fall. Today, for my final presentation, I'm going to be teaching you about the inspirational and contemporary native punk rock band called Blackfire. Throughout history, the Native American community has faced extreme hardships. From degraded human rights to the stripping of their land, these people have endured numerous injustices that degrade and dehumanize their lifestyle that is held so closely to their hearts. Most people understand that Native American nations have had abuses perpetrated against them in the past, but many people do not realize the continuation of these injustices that are present in today's world. As a way of fighting back, spreading awareness, and educating the world about the hardships that Native Americans face in the world, a family of extremely talented musicians came together to form Blackfire. Blackfire, the band, consisted of two brothers, Clayson and Clee Bentley, and their sister, Janita Bentley. All three were born in the Black Mesa area in the Navajo Nation, engulfed in the political struggles facing their people. The purpose of their music is what makes their songs and style more special to the Native American culture. In an interview, Janita, the sister, said, Blackfire works to educate their listeners about the historical treatment of their indigenous ancestors and the legacy of these traumas that continue to affect contemporary people. Personally, this band really reminded me of the artists we talked about in our very first assignment over rebel music. The music they made was very contemporary pop and rap, like Blackfire's punk rock style. They also had very similar messages. Artists we talked about, like Frank Wallen and Inez Jasper, both use songwriting as outlets to not only share their pain and suffering, but to inspire and motivate change to the entire world. This is exactly what drove Blackfire's desire to write and perform music. The meaning behind their work is so closely related to the actual traumatizing experiences they had as they grew up during the Navajo-Hopi land dispute. The siblings described the impact this dispute had on their people by talking about how since 1974, 14,000 of their people had been forcibly removed, and that number is actually more than doubled now because of the generational impact of relocation policies. Watching their relatives cry and have their worlds completely turned upside down at such a young age took a toll on these three individuals. Their album, For One Nation Under, included a picture of a little kid holding a sign that said, BIA, don't kill me, I'm only 3. This picture had an extremely powerful message and was meant to force their audience to open their eyes and realize the lives that were being ruined. Blackfire's music style was modern punk, but also incorporated traditional elements that made it special to the native culture. People that would listen to the music referred to the style as punk, metal, fusion, ska-influenced, alternative, and octane-driven punk. In order to infuse the traditional aspect into their songs, their father, Jones Bentley, joined in and performed with the siblings. The reason why their father would add such a dynamic to their movement was because he was traditionally a medicine man. As a family, they would perform and call themselves Jones Bentley family. Blackfire has toured all over the world. Their journey consisted of countless tours in Europe, the US, Canada, and Mexico. They were also the first Native American band to be a part of the Vans Warped Tour. Also, Blackfire was a featured band at the well-known festival in the desert that took place in Mali, Africa. Blackfire received numerous prestigious awards while on their journey around the world, spreading awareness. From the 2008 Native American Music Awards, they received Record of the Year and Native Heart Awards. They were also recognized as Group of the Year and Best Pop/Rock Album for the release of One Nation Under. Their music was also featured in different films such as What's New, Scooby-Doo, New Mexico, Old Monster, and Beyond Voting. The next topic we are going to learn about is, in my opinion, the most important aspect of Blackfire's work. Let's take a look and see how Blackfire gets involved with the American Indian movement, or otherwise considered AIM. American Indian movement outlined the injustices suffered by Native American peoples since the 19th century. This movement began to take action after the government continued to minimize its role and almost completely cease funding to the reservations. Native Americans were tired of the abuse they faced, such as removal from their homes and separation from their families. In efforts to end this injustice, tribal leaders from all over met in the U.S. and in Cuba to form a powerful and life-changing movement. Starting in the early 1970s, a song called the AIM Song became the national anthem for this movement. The song was created to generate emotions about the suffering Native Americans have endured and also the fight for rights they have taken throughout the years. In 2007, Blackfire created their own version of the AIM Song. One of their most popular album covers, Silence is a Weapon, started and ended with their interpretation of the traditional AIM song. These very talented siblings had a choice to make after living through many hardships during their childhood. They could have either let the many tragic struggles win and allowed the cruel treatment of their people continue to run their lives and forever be a weakness to their society, or they could fight for what is right and be a voice for the people who had lost all hope. By choosing the most courageous way, Blackfire put themselves in a vulnerable place that forced them to relive the trauma they experienced as children. But by making that decision, their music has had a purpose and forever will be remembered. Thank you again for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed the topic and learned a lot on the way.